just sit silently or will you speak anything? You were screaming at your sister while your face turned red out of anger and helplessness because she caused a trouble for you and your future. God damn it, Sia. Tell them to not drag me. You literally brought tears in your eyes by seeing your sister who sat there just like a rock instead of saying anything to your parents. Ryan, stop it. There is no other way. You should get married to Jungkook now. I don't want you to deny him just like Sia. Please, it's related to my reputation. And what about Jungkook? I have promised his father about this marriage already. You just looked at your father in disbelief, who was requesting and commanding you to marry Jungkook, who was the fiancé of your sister. Sia. Dad, I don't like this marriage. How can I marry the person who was fixed for uni? I wanted to marry someone who truly loves me, unlike Jungkook, who is already loving Sia. Please think from my side. Tears dropping down your eyes as you could not take that your parents are forcing you to marry for the sake of reputation because your sister denied him for being paralyzed. Please, Ryan, Jungkook is a good person. He will take care of you. Don't belittle about him for his situation, unlike Sia. You're more mature than Sia, that's why we made this decision. You know, right? If you don't agree, your father will not leave. Your mother thought about her husband but not about you. Mom, please don't threaten me emotionally. It's all because of Sia. Why are you staying silent, Sia? Jungkook was so nice with you and even your best friends from so long. But this is how you reject him? I cannot believe it, and how he was ready to marry me instead of you. You yelled at her and immediately left to your room, as you understood there was no way to escape from this marriage, rather than accepting and sacrificing your happiness and desires. Sia was your sister, whose marriage was fixed with her best friend Jungkook. But before 2 days of marriage, she denied Jungkook for being paralyzed. As your parents already announced that one of you getting married with Jungkook, now they were not ready to lose their reputation. I know, Ryan will listen to us. Your parents glared at Sia and left to their room where she shrugged off and stood up from the couch. That's great. Now I don't need to marry that disabled guy. I'm sorry, Jungkook. I can be your friend but not a wife. I have some standards. She flipped her hair dramatically and left to her room. After 2 days on a wedding day, you dressed up in wedding gown and stood at the starting point of aisle, holding the arm of your dad who will escort you now. And the people who attend the wedding were just looking at you as they are eagerly waiting to see the bride who is going to marry the Prince of John Empire. Yes, Jungkook's family was richer than anyone in the country. Dad, can't you just think one last time? It's my life, Dad. Even though you agreed to marry, deep down you were not ready and feel like escaping from there. Okay, if you don't want to see me forever, then let's go back. Decision is yours, Ryan. You just gulped your tears and put a fake smile on your face as you didn't want him to commit. Let's go, Dad. You were walking in the aisle along with your father, where he was guilt ridden from inside, but he cannot put his reputation down. Your heart beating fast while each step going forward, tears forming in your eyes by thinking your life was going to be tied with someone you don't have any feelings. You reached the altar where your father left you there and went aside as the ceremony was going to start. You sat and stood there, lowering your head as you could not be able to stop your tears. Miss Kim Ryan, would you like to marry Mr. John Jungkook and accept him as your husband for the rest of your life? You slowly lifted your head up and saw Jungkook, who just lifted his head up and looked at you. For a moment, you were silent because you didn't know why Jungkook agreed to marry you, but you looked at your father once and turned at Jungkook. Yes, I do. A small fake smile and anger on Jungkook clearly visible on your face. Mr. John Jungkook, would you like to accept Miss Kim Hwan as your lawfully wedded wife for the rest of your life? Jungkook was also silent for a moment because he didn't want to get married to you. Jungkook lowered his head as he could not be able to look into your eyes. Yes, I do. Jungkook's father, who was watching, exhaled a sharp breath by putting his hand on chest as he was nervous that Jungkook would say no to priest. Okay, Mr. John Jungkook, you may kiss the bride. When you heard the word kiss, your heart starts beating fast as you didn't want to lose your first kiss with someone you don't love. Jungkook slowly stood up from his wheelchair with help of his assistant and was walking near you, where your fingers clutching the wedding frock indicating you were nervous and also feeling hatred at that moment. I'm really sorry, Ryan. Your eyes widened when Jungkook whispered in your ear before kissing you on the back of your palm. That was the moment you felt something good about him. He kissed you and sat back on his wheelchair with the help of his assistant, who was also his caretaker. But your eyes didn't leave him because you were just surprised by his sudden action. You didn't expect this kind of behavior from him. Your anger on him flew away with this action. You knew Jungkook was not a bad guy, but only thing you didn't know why he agreed to marry you. But now something started in you which may lead to good. Thanks, Ryan, for marrying him, else we. You stopped your mother by showing your hand. If you're done, I will leave. I cannot forget what you guys did for me. You said seriously and get into the car as Jungkook was already waiting for you inside. The car started and drove off to Jungkook's house while your parents looking at you with guilt as you disappearing from their sight. The ride was going silent until you started choking. Ryan, have this water. Jungkook, who panicked, quickly gave the water bottle and was patting on your head as you at ease. Thank you. You thanked him after gulping the water which was in your throat. It's okay, he said in a cold tone and turned towards the window of the car while you were looking at him. Jungkook, why did you marry me when Sia said no? I never thought you would do this. Because of you, my life has spoiled now. You could not stop yourself from expressing your grief, to which he was also a reason. Ryan, it was not. I don't wanna hear anything, Jungkook, please. He quickly seized his mouth and turned his face away. You didn't see the guilt and tears in his eyes. After a while, you and Jungkook reached his house. You stood in the living room as Jungkook left to his room as soon as he entered inside. Ryan, please go to the room. Have a good night. Uncle, are you not going to live here? You asked as he seemed leaving the house holding a black briefcase. No, Ryan, I'm going to London. I have to take care of our companies there. Lucy, please show Jungkook's room to Ryan. He said and about to leave, but you stopped him. Why is his room, uncle? I will take another room. I'm fine with it. You said hesitantly as you were a little bit nervous. Now you're married to Jungkook, so you should live in the same room. Lucy, take her. He sounded a little serious and left the house. But you are surprised not because of his words, but because of his behavior. You wondered as he left the city without even informing Jungkook once. You expected he would go to Jungkook's room for saying a bye, but it did not happen, which planted a doubt in your brain. Ma'am, come with me. Lucy guided you towards Jungkook's room as you followed her. You entered the room where Jungkook was already in. He was looking at the outside view from the wide window back facing you. For a while, you looked around the room as it was pleasant and decorated with the simple and elegant things. You closed the door behind you and moved towards the bed to take a seat as you were carrying a baggy wedding frock. Then Jungkook turned at you with his wheelchair and looked at you. Ryan, if you're not comfortable here, you can go to another room. Jungkook saw you feeling uncomfortable there, but you didn't say anything and looked down as his father's word hit your brain. It's okay, you stay here. I will go to another room. Have a good sleep. He switched on the button of his wheelchair to leave, but you stopped him. It's okay. This is your room after all. Uncle said we have to live in the same room because we are married. So you sleep on the bed and I will sleep somewhere here. You got up immediately to move towards the couch. It's okay, Ryan. You don't need to be in trouble. I will sleep on the couch. You sleep here on the bed, Jungkook said and went near the couch where you went to the bathroom to change your dress which you brought from your house. After a while, you came out and saw Jungkook was struggling to get up from the wheelchair. Jungkook, let me help you. Even though you were angry with him, your kindness didn't stop you helping him. As his tough times, you helped him and made him sit on the couch. Thank you, Ryan. He again said in a cold tone and rested on the couch, turning towards the backrest. While back facing you, you looked at him surprised because he was not looking like the person you knew. He used to be happy and cheerful before. You slowly went towards the bed and laid on it. You were turning around on the bed as you were sleepy. Then your eyes caught the attention of Jungkook, who was sleeping, turning towards you. Jungkook, why did you marry me when you loved Sia? Just like me, you were also forced not to lie. Many times you were impressed by his attitude and behavior whenever you spent time with him and Sia. You were recalling the moments that happened before the marriage and after the marriage. You never saw Jungkook was this sad, but you didn't know he was changed after he met with an accident and paralyzed. He lost all his charm and confidence with that incident. You slowly drifted to sleep as you were so tired. You were asleep until Jungkook started making noise. As he got a bad nightmare. Mom, please wake up. Wake up, Mom. Jungkook, what happened? You woke up and saw him crying in the sleep. You went near him and saw tears dropping down his cheeks. His upper body was trembling. Mom, please come back to me. Don't leave me alone in this world, Mom. He was crying continuously, where you started panicking by seeing him. As you didn't understand what to do at that moment, you hugged him tightly. You sat on your knees and hugged him to calm down. His body slowly started getting normal, and he also stopped crying, which really gave relief to you. As he again drifted to sleep, you broke the hug and stood up. Jungkook, what happened to you? Why am I feeling bad when you cry? You covered him with a blanket and went to the bed after caressing his hair as you felt bad for him. That whole night, you didn't sleep because you thought Jungkook would get a nightmare again. You just sat on the bed looking at him. You didn't even know why you were doing this, but deep down somewhere, feelings started on him. It did not happen instantly. As you know him already, his behavior with you and care towards you created a best impression on him. Next morning, you were doing something in the living room. Then Jungkook, who was leaving for office, came near you. Ryan, I'm going to office. If you want anything, please call me or ask Kazuma, he said and left, where Lucy came near you with a coffee mug. Lucy, do you know about Jungkook's mother? I didn't know much about her, but my mother, who worked here, said she died when Jungkook sir was 10 years old. He loves her so much. Since then, Jungkook sir used to be so dull, and even his father didn't care him, as he was always busy with his businesses. Okay, you can go now. Lucy bowed and left to the kitchen as you lost in your deep thoughts. Slowly, you started being good with Jungkook as you thought of forgetting everything after seeing his nice behavior with you. He would not talk much, but he understands you very well. In fact, you were surprised by his responsibility towards you. One fine evening, you came near to the rooftop to give snacks to Jungkook, who was breathing the fresh air. Jungkook, have this. Ryan, I'm sorry about this marriage. Just wait few more months. I will set you free from this marriage. Because I know you were forced. His words really shocked you. Jungkook, I also want to know this. If you want to divorce me, why did you marry me at first place? Jungkook turned at you before he answered. Because I love you, Ryan. He could not stop his inner words now as he broke down into tears. But the thing you were shocked and also surprised. What? You love me, but you love Sia, right? You were really confused, but seeing into his eyes, you understand. He was saying the truth. It's true. I love her, but I love you too. You were looking at his teary eyes, which were trying to say something. What? I don't understand. What you mean, Jungkook? The moment he confessed his love to you, you were feeling that emotion, but now it's so confusing. I love her as my friend, but I love you beyond that, Ryan. What happened was, he was just explaining his past to you, which happened 2 years ago. What is this, Sia? How can you let your father fix your marriage with my father? Jungkook was yelling at her for doing the things which he unexpected. What's wrong with it? Don't you love me? She asked, looking straight at Jungkook, who was sighing for her question. I'm sorry. I always saw you as my friend. Actually, I have got feelings for your sister Ryan. I'm planning to confess my feelings to her. He said and looked down as he understood Sia will get hurt because of this. Oh, is it? I'm sorry. I didn't know it earlier. But the thing is, she already has a boyfriend in the college. She won't be able to accept you. She lied to Jungkook, which led to his heartbreak. What? Are you saying the truth? Jungkook was really heartbroken at that moment. Tears built up in his eyes by hearing the fake news, which Sia said. Yes, I'm sorry for that, but Jungkook, our parents have already promised each other about our marriage. Let it happen because they will not back off now. I will divorce you once we get married. She again lied to be permanent in Jungkook's life. No, Sia, for this life, Ryan is my love. Even though she doesn't love me, I will spend this life with her memories. I don't want to marry and spoil your life. He was really genuine towards you, and his love was so pure. Jungkook, it's okay. I can do at least this for my best friend, right? Our parents would not break their promises at any cost, so agree with us. Sia was a big manipulator from the beginning. This happened Ryan. 1 week before the marriage, I was coming to your father to stop this marriage, but I met with an accident and paralyzed, he said, wiping his tears. And Sia itself stopped the marriage before 2 days the date. As she said, our parents would not listen. My father forced me, and your father forced you. I'm really sorry for getting you into this. Once we get divorced, you can be with your boyfriend Ryan. Jungkook really don't want you to let go from his life, but he has to for your happiness. He knows love also means letting go. For a minute, you were silent because you couldn't take that your sister did all this for her benefit. You quickly went to Jungkook and hugged him, bending to his level. Ryan, what happened? Why are you crying? He was not understanding what was happening. Only thing it was painful for him to see you crying. You just feel bad for him because he was deceived by his best friend, whom he respects and admires a lot. Now you understood. Sia wanted to marry him just for his money, not because she loves him. That's why she rejected him after he was paralyzed. Jungkook, I didn't. You would love me this much that you would leave the girl you love for her happiness. But I don't have any boyfriend, Jungkook. Sia lied to you. You felt bad for him. Jungkook realized about Sia and her fake concern and love on him. I didn't know the person who helped me to smile again after losing my mother. Now making me cry again. Ryan, I trusted her a lot, but she... Jungkook was again heartbroken by knowing the truth. Jungkook, I can understand you. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you about this marriage earlier, but now I saw your love and care towards me and my feelings. You were trying to console him while patting on his back. Ryan, if you don't want to live with me, you can leave. When my best friend didn't like a paralyzed man, then why would you live with me? I'm sorry about this marriage. He was feeling bad for everything that had happened. Jungkook, how can I leave the person who is loving me more than his life? I think no one can love me more than you. Even my parents didn't think about me, but you are ready to sacrifice your love. I'm glad to have you. Jungkook felt good after hearing your words. Ryan, thank you so much and I love you, he said, lifting his head up while looking into your eyes. You should not be thankful to your wife. Till now, I saw you as a good friend and human being. But now I saw your love. Thank you, Jungkook. From now, I will bring the happy moments in your life. I don't care about your outer beauty. All I care about your genuine love towards me. You kissed on his forehead to give him assurance that you are saying from your heart. Thanks for watching.